And we are back. What's popping off, everybody? You already know what's going down of all things radio. We can come back and having a good time. Middle of the week, Wednesday. We keep things moving over here. The fire, the fuego, the jams to keep you moving. And I got a very special guest with me, the one, the only beautiful and talented Miss Day. How you doing today?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. What's up? How you doing today?
You know what? Thank you for having me.
Yeah?
I love being here.
I love that you're here. I'm glad. Good vibes all around. That's what I like to hear.
Good vibes.
I'm just glad we're in the presence of each other because now it's just, we can get this shit kicked off.
It's complete.
Oh, that's it. Boom. All together as one. Boom, boom. So how you been? You good mentally, physically? Everything all right in your life?
Great. Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to share?
I am coming out with an EP release very soon.
What?
Yes, sugar coated.
Okay, talk to me a little bit about that.
It is basically, so I'm working with my producer, Julian Reckless.
Okay, shout out.
Shout out. He is producing all the tracks and has produced all the tracks. But it's basically just like a pop R&B / like experimental, like compilation.
Yeah.
Of, you know, of course, like my past experiences with relationships and, you know, all that kind of life stuff.
All that type of vibe, the auras of life we go through, the phases.
Exactly.
I get it.
You know, all the phases of life.
Yeah, what would you say your like genre type of music is?
I would say like pop R&B.
Yeah?
Pop R&B with like a little bit of like experimental too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What are you experimenting now with? Like different sounds and stuff like that?
Different sounds and like different, I guess like beats and just like how we like all like compile all the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess sounds is like a big thing.
Yeah.
I like to experiment. I love bells.
Ooh.
So I love to like play with bells and like we'll just, you know, try a bunch that we find interesting.
Ring, ding, ding.
I just feel like I have such a connection to like bells, like the sounds, you know?
Is it like church related or like jingle bells?
It might be. I mean, I used to go to church when I was little.
Oh.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
maybe.
I just always love it. Just sounds so like sweet and angelic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of bells, especially, I don't know, I think Christmas has a way of playing into that, just like the jingle bells and the Santa's sleigh, like
like, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, exactly, right. There you go, you know it.
It's just sweet. It's like good vibes and it makes you happy and it makes you like, you know, comfortable. And
yeah.
I just feel like
it brings sunlight to the day.
Yeah.
I get that. So, you know, pun intended, but for those who don't know already, even for myself and everyone else listening and watching, how did you come up with the name Dave for like an artist stage name? Where did that originate from?
That is such a good question. Okay, so my real name.
Okay, break it down.
Break it down. My real name is Andrea. So in high school, people would call me Drea.
Oh, okay.
And then once I graduated high school, it became Dre. And then I was like, you know what? What am I going to use as my artist name? But I wanted it something similar to Dre.
Okay.
So I was like, Day?
Fuck it.
Day.
And here we are.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, so why don't we add like 2 A's? So it's like kind of different. You know? So I liked Day. I just felt like it suits me.
Yeah.
And I like the way it sounds.
It does. It's pretty cool.
It's just like unique, kind of, you know?
Yeah, I do. I fucks with it. I mean,
Day.
I think it's crazy how how you said it, like your name started out as this and then over time just got shorter and shorter and shorter. So you were like, no, fuck it, call me Day. It is what it is now.
Day.
Done.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. I get you. I mean, it's the same with me. Like J Vibes originated from J's my middle name, and then the vibes kind of came with it, you know what I'm saying, from hosting and parties and trips and psychedelics and all sorts of fun, crazy shenanigans type of shit. And then I had a few people like, oh, you're a good host, or like, yeah, you bring the vibes, or like, yo, the music. And then someone had said it. They were like, yo, J Vibes. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, that's cool. And I was like, that's it. That's what I'm going by now. And then slowly but surely, random people started calling me that before my friends and like inner circle started. And I thought that was pretty cool.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, because then it became like its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I love like listening to people's like origins. And
the stories.
Yeah, the stories of like, how did you get your name? That's really cool.
And yeah, rights were just awesome. It is what it is. That's cool. So I wanted to know, I don't know if anybody else knows this or if this is an odd question to ask, but how is it like being an artist and a mom at the same time? Like, how do you like coexist both worlds?
You know, It's a struggle. I'm not going to say that it's easy because it's definitely not. But, you know, I mean, I just feel like if you love something, you really find time
True.
to do that. And, you know, my kids, they love, like, music. Music has always been in my family and, like, incorporated into that. And they really took to that, and they really just love it. They'll just, like, listen to my songs, and they'll, excuse me, they'll, like, sing them, and, you know, they're, like, already trying to, like, write their own songs and stuff. So it's, like, really cool.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
cool. Do you ever, for any of your music that you've already created, or I guess future projects or anything like that, do they give you, like, inspiration, or where do you draw that from?
Definitely. I pull inspiration from, of all things.
Pun intended.
Pun intended, exactly. I pull inspiration from everything, you know, in life that brings me joy, that brings me sadness. All the emotions in life is something that I definitely incorporate into my music.
Right.
So having kids, you know, it's a different kind of love. And I feel like when I write, I really am feeling everything all at once. And I definitely feel, you know, inspiration from them and just my life, you know, like just in general.
Right.
Because the songs that I write are about, you know, my life, and it's kind of like telling my story. So yeah, I definitely feel like having kids is it's you, like I said, if you can find time to do anything if you love it.
Right.
And, you know, it's after I put the kids to bed, then I'll go and I'll, you know, okay, they're asleep. And then I'll go like in my little
Record,
studio.
write, whatever.
And then even sometimes they'll be like, Mommy, and I'll be like, oh gosh, okay, I'll go.
Okay, hold up,
put them in,
pause.
come back, do what I'm doing.
In the middle of the hardest lyrics ever, and it's just like, oh, I gotta make dinner, hold on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's all good. I'll be singing my own songs while making dinner. Like, here's your falafel, kids. And then I'm just singing my own songs. It's
Exactly.
cool. I think that's pretty awesome and beautiful and dope that you're doing that. I mean, because most people don't find the time, or they make it as an excuse not to do something. So I think that's pretty cool and honorable that you do that.
So much.
No, so another thing I want to dive into, how long have you been making music for?
Well, I have been writing my own music for almost a year.
Okay.
It's been almost a year.
Did it like start during the pandemic, or was it before or after?
I think I started right when everything was getting like
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then it gave me that like time, you know what I mean? To like really like spend on my music. Because we weren't doing anything, you know, we were so like, everyone had to be quarantined, literally.
Yeah, facts.
So it was like perfect,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's self-time, self-loving, time to work on myself.
Yeah, I found myself, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like it was during that time where I really like found who I truly was, you know? So.
Yeah. I feel like it was like that for a lot of people, not just in the city itself, but like all over the world. Because I feel like a lot of people finally had time to focus on the hobbies or goals or just dreams that they were trying to pursue.
Yeah.
And they finally took that time in quarantine to kind of kick things off. And I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're one of those is even more cool.
It's super cool. I love it. I'm, you know, kind of, in a way, I don't want to say that I'm happy that it happened, but it's just, I'm at peace with, you know, it happening because, like I said, I honestly don't know if I would have, you know, been able to sit down and write all those tracks for Sugar Coated, or even have started, you know, I don't know what course I would have been on if that didn't take place.
True. I could see that. There's so many different paths that, based on one decision, could lead down a whole different world.
Yeah.
Which is very crazy and, I don't know, a little flabbergasting to think about, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
Life, the universe is a vast ocean of questions, but it is what it is. We're here now, and I'm glad we're here right now. So how do you you said you're working on an upcoming EP. How do you compare this new music to your previous songs that you put out?
Well, that's funny because so the EP, the songs that I wrote for Sugar Coated, happened in the beginning. And so I've been working on an album too. And so I already have like 8 tracks for the album written and just ready to like record. So it's the album, I think that's the new.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be the new. And the EP Sugar Coat is more of like my origins as Day. Like how Day first started, you know, the emotions, everything, the stories is all, you know, from the beginning. And even, not even Day, I feel like honestly, maybe more like Andrea is where it started. You know, Day is telling the stories of Andrea,
Right.
basically, for the EP Sugar Coated.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a title for your upcoming album that you're working on, or even like a release date?
I don't have a release date for the EP or the album.
Oh, man.
Honestly. Just because all the tracks for the EP are recorded, but we're working out, Sugar Coated is like the main track off the EP. So we're working out, music video and trying to get all that, the ideas are being put together and we're getting all of that situated. So.
I got you. Oh man, I tried to get out of her. I tried. It didn't work, fellas. I'm sorry. Listeners, viewers, all that, I tried. I know people were hitting me up like, yo, ask for the album. Try and get the album.
I promise.
It's coming. It's coming soon, everybody. Don't worry about it. That's cool. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So what do you do in your spare time? Do you have any hobbies or anything else like that?
Oh man, being a mom is a full-time job.
Yeah. I would bet.
It's full hand. I have 2 kids, so it's like my hands are like so full. If I'm not working in my music, it's like I'm with my kids. So, we do things. We go to the beach, we
hang out.
I like to take them downtown.
Yeah.
To
we go for walks.
Yeah. We go for walks. We go for strolls.
Yeah. Typical life stuff.
I just, I feel like, just being a mom and, being a friend, being a family member, being,
being you.
Being me.
Yeah.
That's, those are all things that I do.
And those are great things. I like to hear that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That's
life. Awesome. Do you have any upcoming collaborations with artists that you're working on, or do you want to work with anyone specific?
I do have some upcoming tracks that I have that I'm working with a few people.
Anything you could spill? Anything you could say?
I can say that I'm working with Savani Quintanilla.
Oh, okay.
So he sent me a few.
Shout out.
Love you. Sent me a few tracks that are so dope, and so I'm just writing on those right now. And as far as artists, I have some, but I don't want to spill yet.
Okay. That's in a secret envelope in a suitcase somewhere.
But it's so good, and it's, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you guys to hear. I'm so excited. It's going to be really good.
Dang, okay, you got me hyped. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure people are listening. They're like, what does she got cooking up? What's in the pot? Who's stirring it?
And I don't know who's stirring it. I'm stirring it with someone else, with other people.
Who got the seasons? That's what I know.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stirs. I don't know.
It's cool. That's awesome. I love to hear it. Well, I'm glad you took this little bit of time to chat with me and coming in and checking in with me. But hope to do this again soon. Yeah. Day, thank you for coming out. Yeah, shout out to you. Cool. Awesome. Of all things radio, baby, we keep things moving right here. Of all things Essence and Beautiful, the Fire to Fuego, the jam to keep you moving. Middle of the week Wednesday, we continue to stroll on and make that money, chase the bag, but be kind to the people along the way. We'll be back with another episode. Y'all stick around and stay tuned. Of All Things Radio coming soon. Sheesh.
I'm giving you everything. I don't hold back on anything. So why can't you, why can't you, why can't you, why can't you? If I'm the first person you're thinking about each morning, then why can't you, why can't you, why can't you, why can't you? And it's real.